Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. It's really nice to see so many familiar faces here. I suppose it should feel different to be standing here and addressing you as President and CEO today. But while the title is definitely different, what really matters is that the passion and enthusiasm I feel for Hyundai is exactly the same as it was nearly 7 years ago when I first joined this great company. I've been here through tough times, and I've also seen and been an integral part of our most important accomplishments. And in all cases, they're marked by incredible determination, great product, of course, completely committed people, and an unrelenting focus on the customer. Today is no different, just the next page in that rich tradition. And I am so honored and incredibly energized to be the one introducing our next game-changing product to you. But before I do that, I'd like to first welcome a few very honored guests. Please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for our esteemed visitors. From Research and Development, our Vice Chairman, Dr. Yang. Our President and Chief Design Officer, Mr. Peter Schreier. And a dear friend of mine, Mr. Terry M., who's the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Hyundai Motor Company. Thank you, guys. Guess what? The auto industry is back with a vengeance in the U.S. market. And 2014 is full of a promise and an optimism that might not have seemed imaginable in the depths of 2008 and 2009. The Hyundai brand right now is better positioned than it ever has been before to take full advantage of that great opportunity. Despite some incredibly difficult competition, we just completed our best ever year of sales. In 2013, we established another all-time high, our fourth consecutive record volume year. Our plants are producing at full capacity, both here in the US and abroad, and we're selling every possible vehicle that we can make. With us, you've already experienced our bold product transformation over the past few years. But this has been only one of many chapters that Hyundai has written in what's now our 29th year of history in the US. We are a company that's driven to exceed expectations. We're open to change and we embrace progress. We absolutely hate complacency. These are the values that have elevated the quality, the design, and the safety of our products to new and previously unimagined heights. Equally important, our dealer partners have willingly raised the bar along with us, investing in state-of-the-art facilities and improved processes for treating their customers with the respect and appreciation that is now simply a price of doing business in our business. In fact, Hyundai now ranks among the top 5 non-luxury manufacturers in sales satisfaction, as rated in the most recent J.D. Power study. Simply put, great product and an unparalleled ownership experience are the fundamental building blocks behind any great brand. Always has been, always will be. And today marks the start of the next great chapter in the Hyundai product story with the all-new 2015 Hyundai Genesis. Originally launched right here in Detroit in January of 2008, the first generation Genesis was stunning proof of our global capability as an auto manufacturer, and was quickly validated by the prestigious North American Car of the Year honor that you so graciously bestowed upon it. With this all-new Genesis, we've most definitely elevated our game even further. On every level, the vehicle we're revealing today competes head-to-head with the very best luxury vehicles built anywhere in the world. From its dramatic exterior design to its intuitive features, from its premium craftsmanship to its confident handling and performance characteristics. Truly, no attention to detail was spared while still retaining our trademark Hyundai value proposition. It is now my profound pleasure to introduce to you the all-new 2015 Genesis.
Introducing the all-new Hyundai Genesis. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Designer of Hyundai Design North America, Christopher Chapman.
Thank you. Well, here it is, the first realization of Hyundai's new design direction we previewed at last year's HCD 14 unveiling here in Detroit. Fluidic Sculpture 2.0. It's a design language that's sophisticated and adaptable, and it's beautifully executed here in the all-new Genesis. Now, the original Fluidic Sculpture concept began with the current Sonata, and you can see it across our entire lineup. And the purpose of that revolutionary concept was to grab the attention of style-conscious customers who had little or no familiarity with the Hyundai brand. And that it did. With flowing lines and dynamic forms, Fluidic Sculpture instantly gave Hyundai a unique look and a progressive identity, one that captivated our growing fan base around the globe. Now, with the introduction of Fluidic Sculpture 2.0 in the all-new Genesis, our groundbreaking design language has evolved in a more refined direction. Now, as you'll hear in more detail in a moment, the 2015 Genesis is an extraordinary work of engineering. And our designers have capitalized on that, taking bold strides to create a shape that emphasizes the vehicle's strength, precision, and refinement. It's an original design with a character all its own, defined by voluminous body sections, clean lines, and well-balanced proportions. It's confident and elegant, with nothing forced about it. Our new hexagonal grille stands up proudly in front, giving Genesis a commanding presence. It accents the long hood and the powerful engine underneath. The lines of the all-new Genesis are simpler, bolder, and more precise, like this sharp crease that accents the low-slung proportions. And speaking of proportions, Genesis now has a longer wheelbase than its predecessor, with shorter overhangs, both front and rear. The result gives the vehicle a solid, well-grounded stance. At the same time, the dramatically raked greenhouse and fast roofline give the Genesis a look that is sheer and sleek. The A-pillar is farther back than on the previous vehicle to enhance rear-wheel drive proportions. Most of all, It's an expressive design that calls attention to itself without having to shout. Now, Genesis is a dramatic first statement of our next design wave. Fluidic sculpture tells the world loud and clear where we're headed, with a look that conveys engineering refinement and the confidence of a fast-changing global brand. Clear evidence of the pride we take in delighting customers with style and substance. Speaking of substance, the engineering beneath the sheet metal is just as impressive. And to share some of the highlights, I'd like you to please welcome the Vice President of Product and Corporate Planning, Mr. Michael Bryan.
Thanks, Chris. As Dave mentioned, the first generation Genesis was another important proof point of our standing as a world-class manufacturer. It's changed perceptions of the brand and set this foundation for our incredible growth in the U.S. market. For our next Genesis, we set out to make yet another leap forward to the brand by building a vehicle capable of going head-to-head with the world's most respected luxury sedans in every aspect. Our goal was for the new Genesis to create the strongest and safest body structure in the class, providing both exceptional dynamics and unprecedented occupant protection. So we began with a clean slate, creating an all-new platform and body structure solely for the Genesis that is composed of more than 50% advanced high-strength steel. High-pressure die-cast aluminum shock towers, hot-stamped and laser-welded side members, and a diamond-shaped strut bar create an incredibly stiff structure that maximizes crash performance and steering responsiveness while minimizing noise and vibration. In fact, every element of the body and chassis was optimized for stiffness, crash performance, and weight, with not a single part carrying over from the previous chassis. As a result, the new Genesis has 60% greater torsional rigidity and 40% greater bending rigidity than its predecessor, with each of these besting the current BMW 5 Series. And although we have to wait for the results, the Genesis was designed to achieve the highest crash rating of any rear-wheel drive vehicle currently on the market today. To leverage this incredible foundation, we developed an all-new suspension, steering, and braking systems focused on striking that ideal balance of control, confidence, and comfort. 5-link front and rear suspension provides optimized geometry and stiffness to ensure maximum grip. Monoblock calipers with integrated cooling ducts handle stopping duty, while a new rack-mounted power steering system provides exceptional feel and precision. The chassis was developed with an international team of Hyundai steering and suspension experts on roads around the world, from Angeles Crest Highway to the Nuremberg Ring to the Korean National Grand Prix circuit. Along the way, we consulted with renowned dynamics consultants like Lotus Engineering to validate our performance relative to world-class standards, as well as meeting customer expectations. To give drivers better handling under different road conditions, Genesis also features the new H-Track all-wheel drive system. H-Track uses an electronic center coupling with an active torque control. What makes it unique is its multi-mode feature. H-Track offers the all-weather benefits of conventional all-wheel drive and the fun-to-drive character of performance-oriented all-wheel drive systems. And it does it all at the push of a button. In normal mode, H-Track optimizes torque for maximum traction regardless of road conditions. In the sport mode, H-Track can transfer as much as 90% of the torque to the rear wheels for a more fun-to-drive experience on dry pavement. When cruising, H-Track automatically enters fuel economy mode, transferring all of the torque to the rear axle, reducing drag and driveline noise. No other all-wheel drive system in its class offers the versatility of H-Track. Of course, with all the changes to the body and chassis, we couldn't leave the powertrains alone. The award-winning TAO 5-liter V8 and standard Lambda 3.8-liter V8 were re-engineered with a new induction and exhaust system. We bumped the TAO's compression from 11.5 to 11.8 to 1 compression ratio and revised Lambda's cylinder block and accessory drives. The result, both engines now have improved low-end response along with better efficiency and NVH. The engines are linked to an 8-speed Shiftronic transmission with improved gear change speed, sport mode mapping, and paddle shifters as standard equipment.